My name is Dan, and I did Amazon for the final project. Amazon is a global technology and e-commerce giant founded by Jeff Bezos in '94. Their headquarters located in Seattle, Washington, and their two main operations are their sales, their online retails, and as their Amazon Web Services, which is their cloud hosting. As for their profit, their revenues are really high. 2023, 575 billion reported. Operating income was 37 billion, and the growth of their web services and the use of that has really helped them become strong in their revenues. Their stockholders, mix of investment firms, index funds, and their insiders. Jeff Bezos owns 9.1% of the company with 954 million shares, while Vanguard owns 7.8%, and it's mostly held through index funds. Their strengths are their dominant market. They have AWS, they have online retails, and they just have so many things to offer. Their weaknesses, their big global scale. It makes them susceptible to supply chain disruptions. Opportunities that they have are adopting generative AI, which a lot of companies are doing. We'll talk more about that later. One of the main threats they face are, just the public questioning their ethics and stuff like that. So for their five forces, not really much for the threat of new entrances as well as the power of suppliers. They're already big established. I'd say one of the highest threats is the competitive rivalry, as they are the top dog, which all the other companies are trying to buy for them and try to compete with them. So as for their value chain, they deliver their products, their services efficiently, effectively by using their technology, their brand, and that just helps streamline everything so much easier. And their marketing is personalizing people's data by displaying items that cater to recent searches that people had. Their tangible resources are their global infrastructure and their technologies, like robotics and AI algorithms. Their intangibles are their brand. Amazon's brand is really big, and it's synonymous to convenience, selection, reliability, and they've built a good relationship with their customers. I would say that Amazon is in the maturity stage of their life cycle. Although that being said, they're also working to grow other things like their generative AI and also working on their own satellite for internet. Um, while their leadership is effective, I would say that some lessons they learned was that the public can affect their brand because their trust was put in play with their ethics, and people questioned that. But Amazon, learned to gain that public trust in a way to try to put an end to those questions about their ethics, like work environment and data privacy. Some opportunities, again, the generative AI is really big for them because a lot of companies are adopting that, and I think it's important for them to also get a jump on that so that they don't fall behind. And I think that's the only way that Amazon as a company would fall behind, is not adopting to the AI just like everyone else is. Their ethics, as stated before, have been criticized in the past, but they demonstrate their commitment to being a highly ethical organization. They have good policies put in place. They have mandatory trainings. They have public commitments. Employees, they have to comply legally. And Amazon, big thing with them is the data privacy with the AWS, just to make sure that everyone's information is safe and secure and doesn't get out. Their profit growth through their innovations, I'd say for their product innovation, they expand their ecosystem with new softwares like the generative AI, and their service innovations. Their cloud is always launching new capabilities to help them compete against companies like Microsoft and Google. Some recommendations I would have is just to, the ethics, I would say just make sure that's in check because the public is very strong on what you're going to buy, and as well as AI, just adopting that, making sure they have that so that they don't fall behind compared to the other companies. Yeah, that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.